What's up, YouTube? It's Chris Casino Band here, and we're explaining that track today, and that track is City That Sleeps. First song that I fully wrote, and also sung on lead vocals. I was driving through DC on a Sunday afternoon, going home back when I was living in Maryland, and I just got this rhythm of the chorus in my head, just how what da 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 da, and I just.
So you're driving through the city that sleeps.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's news.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The first, the song claims to be walking.
Yeah.
So are you saying you're a liar?
I am not a liar, but I have walked through the city streets. I would say that. It sat for a long time. I didn't know how to progress it. Pete turned the mic to me, and I was not ready for that. I was I don't know what to do. I was a little scared.
Yeah, I mean his his audio file sounded good, so it's figured, why not?
Go for it.
I wrote it, but I was this is not the one I was thinking I was gonna start singing on. So I really didn't have a story behind after the lyrics that I wrote for the chorus, to make it a full story. So I decided to make the chorus, the verses vignettes about different people and their lives.
So are they real people or are they fictitious?
They're based on they're inspired by true events.
Okay.
I would say.
I never asked that question.
Yeah, and it's kind of just playing a little bit in the class dynamic, especially with going to GW. There's a lot of people that were much more well off than others, and they would flaunt that. And I was kind of pulling from that idea and how someone maybe from a lower status, seeing someone that's higher status and that person doesn't want to be associated with them in some way. And I've seen that not in my own personal life but in other people's lives in little bits of ways. So I decided to write that chorus, that verse about that. And then the second one, about two girls, Emily and Jane. They're friends, maybe more than that, but she was I think there was something more between this relationship, and I don't know, it just felt weird. And then I was the juices started flowing, and then I wrote the lyrics, and then I was hey, can I sort of write about you in this song? She was sure. For me, I always sonically I took a lot of inspiration from our own song Pete wrote, Potomac. Is sort of in the Potomac verse, I call it, of just very clean, chorusy, reverby guitars.
And about DC.
About DC, little angsty, little wistful kind of vibes.
I guess my memory and recollection of putting this together was the first demos that we did. The drum part that I was playing was a lot more minimal and a lot more I think I was playing something on the rim of one of the toms, and I think it was there was less drums and maybe it built up more, but what we ended with was more of a chugging, driving sort of continuous and consistent beat. And I think Jay Nehmeyer, as always, really steers me and focuses me when coming up with these drum parts in a beneficial way. I think he had a lot of influence on this particular drum part.
The song, I remember first when I was doing it, it's 2 chords.
Mm-hmm.
So as a bass player, I'm always what can I do within those chords? How do I not overstep the boundaries, but also play the song tastefully? And going off Joey's point, I feel when Joey had the drum beat, I was able to kind of find my spot in the verses and add a few licks to differentiate very smallly, just how the verse and the chorus are different.
A lot of my guitar parts for the lead guitar parts, they were written really in the moment of of the song. So the lead line, the do 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 do, was just messing around in the practice space as we were just going through the song. And even what I do for the chorus, just gradually going up the neck, I was just figuring it out while we were playing it for the first time, and then it just stuck with it. It was kind of cool to just draw immediate inspiration and just have that be the first ideas be on the song, and it sounds good. So
Yeah.
The song structure sets it up to be like not to say that it's like a Grateful Dead song, but it gives us there's a solid foundation for like sort of directionless jam if we're feeling it, you know, and so like there's a lot of space, I guess is what I'm gonna say. There's a lot of space for us to go in many different directions, and we definitely take advantage of that live.
One of my favorite parts is like that like keyboard part that just goes like really low and high.
Yeah.
the synth. Is really cool.
Jay wrote that. That really reminds me of Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
And I like love that part in
In the song.
in Deja Vu, and I love it in this song too. Another one of my favorite things about this song is Pete's backing vocals. I think that
So
makes
true.
it really different and big in the chorus.
Yeah. I
Something
remember.
that's like never been done by us before. Just
Yeah.
having Pete like fully being backing vocals.
Yeah, I think it was also really cool how like meshed and the levels we had, like his voice at first was like pretty high, and I actually really liked that. And I remember people being like, "Oh, we should lower." I'm like, "No, that's like how it sounds good." We lowered a little bit to like compromise, but it was like the way his voice like meshes with mine in the chorus is like it really hits
It's cool.
and like gives it a little more like vibes, and I think it like really sounds really cool to just like have a second voice that like is very different, but is still nailing all the notes like perfectly. And like I guess another thing was that the song was longer. It was about to be like almost 5 minutes long, and then Jay and Kyle were like, "This is a good song. We need to like make it like make it tight, and like so people like really can get enjoyment out of this."
Damn you, TikTok, for shortening everyone's attention spans.
Yeah, seriously. Like there was gonna be a much longer intro. The first chorus was longer. There was the hoops that Pete and I do. There was like more of that going on, and there was a longer jam at the end. I originally also wanted just like it also Pete to solo on the live version of that. I mean on the actual version of that, but then it just got too long then, so it's just like we gotta back it up a little bit.
And we recorded it long, and we had to like cut it down. We literally had to like, sit there and like
Splice
like
it.
this part is out, and that was an interesting session.
Yeah, because it was like we need to get this like a rel of 3:30, and it was just like
It was a lot of like back and forth.
yeah. We got down to 3:39, which is like a solid length. But yeah, so anything else?
It's U.S. history, baby.
U.S. history. Anyway, so thank you for sitting with us tonight. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.